Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Now, you may recall a couple of weeks ago I put a video up showing you how to calculate your tyre pressures on your caravan. Well, the video was widely received very well, and it gave good direction on how to calculate your tyre pressures if you didn't have any documentation or knowledge about what they should be. But one eagle-eyed viewer spotted that there was a mistake in the video, and although it was a minor mistake, and although it could have easily been explained just by adding some text onto the screen, the more I reviewed it and the more I thought to myself, you know what, this is just going to add confusion to you guys. And I proudly stated at the beginning of that video that, you know, there's lots of misinformation. And the more it bothered me and the more I chatted to the guy who pointed out the error as well, the more I thought, you know what, let's take the video down, reshoot it, correct the mistake, and also gives me an opportunity to explain a couple of other points as well, which people were asking me. So this is what this video is. It's going to be just basically exactly the same video as what it was before, but a little bit more explanation, and I'm going to give you some more examples on how to calculate it. So without further ado, let's get on and work out our tyre pressures. So calculating our tyre pressures is quite simple. If you have your handbook to your caravan, it probably has it documented in there. Some caravans have it written down on the side of their caravan as well, of what the recommended pressures should be. But like this one here, and like so many other caravans out there, we don't have a handbook for this one, and it certainly isn't written down on the side of the van. So what do? Well, there is a very straightforward process that we need to go through. It involves a little bit of maths, and I've got an option for you to look at later on in the video as well that makes it even easier. There are 4 bits of information we need. 2 bits are from the tyre that is currently on the caravan, and 2 bits of information from the caravan itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to nip outside. It's a bit windy and a bit blustery out there, but we'll nip outside and we'll gather all the information that we need from outside, pop back in, and I'll show you how we can calculate our tyre pressures. Okay guys, so there's 2 bits of information we need from the outside of the caravan. The first one is the MTPLM, and that stands for the maximum technically permitted laden mass of the caravan. What that actually means is the weight of the caravan plus your belongings. You should never exceed that. And for this example here, we're saying that that's 1,450 kilos. In older caravans, it was commonly known as the gross weight. So it was the weight of the van plus your belongings equals the gross weight. But it's called the MTPLM nowadays. So write that one down. We're going to need that one in a moment. The second bit of information we need from the caravan is how many tyres we have. Now this is a single axle, which means we've got 2 tyres. If it was a twin axle, we'd have 4 tyres. So simple as that. So that's all the information we need from the caravan. Let's hop on down to the tyre and get the information we need from the tyre itself. Okay, so here we are, we're down at the tyre now. I could reposition the camera down to show you the tyre itself, but I don't think it actually comes out too well. So what I'm going to do is I've just written it all down, all the bits we need anyway. Now, the 2 bits of information we need is we need to understand the load rating and the maximum inflate pressure of the tyre. So on this tyre here, this is our load rating. You can see there we've got 102/100. What this actually means is that for single axles we use that number, and for twin axles we use that number. So our caravan, being a single axle caravan, it's 102. Now the other bit of information that's written on there is quite small, but it does show there that our maximum inflate pressure is 65 psi, and that's the 2 bits of information we need. I'm going to show you what that actually means in a moment, because we need to use some lookup tables, but we'll do that back inside where it's not threatening to rain so much. So we know our load rating is 102 as it was documented on the tyre, but we need to translate that to a physical weight, and there's plenty of places we can go to online, and there's plenty of lookup tables that we can use. My personal favourite is tyresafe.org, and they have the actual tables of what everything equates to. And if we look on this table here, you can see that a load rating of 102 equates to a weight of 850 kilograms. Now you may be thinking to yourself, okay, that's great, the tyre can take 850 kilograms, but our caravan in this example is 1,450 kilograms. How does that work? Well, let's remind ourselves that we've got 2 tyres. So if we can take 850 kilograms per tyre, and there's 2 of them, that means we can take 1700 kilos of load across the 2 tyres. So now we've got all the figures, what we need to do now is plumb them into some maths. And this is the formula that we're going to use. It's the max PSI divided by our load rating, multiply that by our MTPLM divided by the number of tyres. So what we'll do is we'll head on over to the table now. We'll actually do those maths and then I'll show you what the PSI should be. So let's fill in the gaps of what we actually have taken from the outside of the caravan. So from our tyre, our max PSI was 65, and our load rating, if you remember, we worked it out to be 850 kilograms. Now our MTPLM on the side of the van is 1,450 kilograms, and it's a single axle, which means it's got 2 tyres. So let's do each one of these individually. So this one here, 65 divided by 850 equals 0.0764, and then 1450 divided by 2 is 725. So if we multiply these 2 numbers together, we get a value of 55.3, and that in PSI is our pressure. Now that's great, but what happens if we've got a twin axle caravan? Well, it just so happens that I went down to another caravan in the storage yard and I walked around the outside and I wrote down some of the specifics from their caravan. So on their tyres, they've got a max PSI of 54 PSI. And their load rating on their tyres was 99, which equates to 775 kilograms. Now their MTPLM was 1800 kilograms, and obviously they've got 4 tyres. So again, let's work this out individually. So 54 divided by 775 is 0.0696, and 1800 divided by 4 is 450. So if we multiply those 2 figures together, we get a pressure of 31.32 PSI. And I know that those tyres are not set to that because 2 of them are flat. And there we go, guys, that is it. It is as simple as that. All you've got to do is know your maximum PSI, the load rating on your tyre, understand your MTPLM, know how many wheels you've got on your wagon, remember that formula, keep it all in your head, and you'll never go wrong. Well, the truth is, it's actually a lot easier than that. What I've done is I've taken all the information that I've shown you here, those maths, and I've created a calculator on our website, which you can go and use and fiddle around with the figures and see what it works out to be. Ours is just a general guideline. It's a guidance. It should be within those ballparks. Your preferred place to start with when understanding what your pressure should be on your caravan should always be your manufacturer details. So look for a handbook. If not, look on the side of the van if it's documented. Failing that, contact the manufacturer or your dealer for information on what the pressure should be. Ours literally is just a guideline of the general ballpark of where the pressure should be. It's well proven maths. Plenty of sites use the same formula, maybe jiggled around a little bit differently, but it's a well proven maths that people use in other sites. So we're doing nothing differently. We're not certainly going out on our own to do this for you today. So that's it, guys. Hope that's explained everything for you, and feel free to comment below and share this story with anybody that you think may need to know or understand their pressures. Typically it started raining outside. I don't think you can hear it. I'm going to get wet on the way home though. Until next week, guys, I'll see you again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.